All this week, we've told you about how long-haul, big-rig trucks are increasingly on a collision course with U.S. drivers. In tonight's final installment of our three-part series, we take a look at trucking companies with serious safety violations that were forced to shut down, only to start up again under different names. Eamon Javers has the story.
Kelly Linhart, a truck driver who had over 15 years of experience and was the father of 4, was doing a routine truck inspection in September 2008 when he was hit and killed by an oncoming truck veering out of its lane.
Fell asleep by his own admission, ran off the road and ran over Kelly Linhart, dragging him to a horrible death.
Michael Leeserman is a plaintiff's attorney who specializes in truck cases. He represented the Linhart family and deposed Daniel Clary, the driver of the out-of-control truck.
You admit that you were driving under the influence of methamphetamine at the time of this crash, right?
I'm in my system, yeah.
Clary pled guilty to criminally negligent homicide and driving under the influence of intoxicants. He was sentenced to 40 months. In his deposition, Clary admitted to prior convictions for meth and marijuana. Who would let a driver with that record behind the wheel of an 80,000-pound truck? This man, Forrest Rangeloff.
Range Transportation did have some safety rating concerns.
Yes, could never pass.
Leeserman says Rangeloff's company was nothing more than a chameleon carrier, a trucking company that shuts down and refiles with the Department of Transportation under a new name to avoid liability or government fines. Forrest's company, Range Transportation, had a conditional safety rating from the government. That's a warning to companies that they need to improve. Even after the Linhart crash, though, he was able to file for a new company that he called Range It Express.
I see too often, in this case and other cases that I handle, where the owner of the company simply closes down, refuses to pay the fines, and starts another company.
Forrest Rangeloff said Clary passed a drug test and told him before the accident that he didn't use drugs.
There are legitimate reasons to have separate companies, absolutely. But when we're talking about a chameleon carrier, we're talking about a truck company that is so unsafe, the government fines it. Instead of paying the fine, the owners close it down and start another company.
Forrest Rangeloff isn't alone. In just 1 year in 2010, the Government Accountability Office found over 1,100 new trucking company applications that appeared to be changing their name to clear their troubled records. And GAO found 18% of suspected chameleons were involved in severe crashes, triple the rate for non-chameleon carriers. Ann Farrow is the outgoing head of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. GAO found in 2010 that her agency only checked 2% of new applicants for being potential chameleons. Now the GAO and Farrow say more is being done.
So what we have done is created a system we call vetting. Are there patterns in this company's operation that show that they actually are sharing the address with a company we've shut down before?
So what's the penalty for a chameleon company?
Well, there are a series of different penalties. The highest penalty is we shut them down. We say very clearly, you are not authorized to operate.
As for the Linhart family, they were able to arrange a confidential settlement with the company that hired Forrest Rangeloff in the first place. Forrest Rangeloff was dropped from the lawsuit. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Eamon Javers.